I built the $3.8 billion Atlas system that ran Cobe-Cale Energy for 17 years. My wife's dad fired me in front of the entire board. Cobe-Cale is a rocket ship, and we don't have room for anchors, he said, throwing my 50-page risk report in the trash. I nodded quietly and let security escort me out. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. The boardroom was quieter than usual that morning. You could hear the static hum of the air vents, the faint scratch of a pen against paper. Then his voice, calm, rehearsed, cut through it all. Cobe-Cale is a rocket ship, my father-in-law said, and we don't have room for anchors. The laughter that followed wasn't loud, it was sharp, surgical. He didn't look at me when he said it. He didn't need to. The meaning landed perfectly between us, like a knife placed gently on the table. I watched my 50-page risk report fall into the trash can. 17 years. $3.8 billion. Gone in a flick of his wrist. I nodded. No words, no resistance. Security waited by the door. My wife looked away. And in that moment, I learned the quietest betrayals hurt the most. Tomorrow was going to be fun. I built the Atlas system when I was 28, a self-learning risk architecture for energy flow. It predicted volatility, optimized stability, and saved Cobe-Cale from collapse 5 times. The company called it a miracle. Her father called it his legacy. I called it mine. But somewhere between the late nights and the boardroom dinners, something changed. My wife started smiling too easily around him, laughing at his private jokes. She defended his decisions more than mine. And when the firing came, she didn't blink. It wasn't just business, it was blood. And I wasn't family anymore. That night, I didn't sleep. I opened the backup node, the one I'd buried under a false project ID years ago. Atlas Omega. It was the shadow version, smarter, unfiltered. It saw everything. Emails, access logs, private transmissions between board members. It took Atlas 5 minutes to find what I never could. Her father's offshore fund. Her signature authorizing data transfers. Her messages, he doesn't know. He still trusts me. Trust. The most expensive currency in the world. And I'd just gone bankrupt. The next morning, I was back in the lobby. No access badge, no clearance, no smile. Just a small drive in my pocket, encrypted with a fail-safe Atlas protocol. She came down to meet me. Her heels clicked like a countdown. "Marcus, please don't make this worse," she whispered. Her tone was soft, rehearsed, like a line from a play she'd performed too many times. I handed her the drive. "Give this to your father before the meeting starts," I said. She looked confused, nervous. Good. I watched from across the street as the boardroom screens flickered to life. The system accessed itself. One by one, the files opened. Private messages, asset redirections, hidden accounts. Every lie they built the company on laid bare in perfect sequence. Silence. Then panic. Then faces drained white as Atlas read their words aloud, each betrayal timed like a heartbeat. When security rushed out to find me, I was already gone. By sunset, Cobe-Cale shares had plummeted. The chairman resigned, investigations opened, and the man who called me an anchor was the first to sink. She called me once, didn't speak, just breathed into the phone. I let her, then ended the call. I live quieter now, different name, different coast. Sometimes I still open Atlas, the system that knew more truth than any human ever could. It hums softly, like a memory that refuses to die. Revenge isn't rage, it's math, it's patience, it's knowing exactly when to walk away and leave them to the consequences they designed. Cobe-Cale burned down from the inside. They'll call it market failure. I'll call it balance. And as for my father-in-law's final words about anchors, he was right. Rocket ships don't need them, but gravity does.